The political landscape erupted this morning when Nigel Farage unleashed a verbal sledgehammer upon the Conservative Party following Kemi Badenoch's election as party leader. Farage didn't mince words. "The brand is broken," he declared, accusing the Tories of betraying their own voters. In an electrifying online video, Farage painted Badenoch's victory as the final nail in the coffin for a party he says has been lost to hollow promises and mediocrity. His bold accusations went viral within minutes, dividing the nation and leaving the Tory establishment scrambling. What was supposed to be a moment of triumph now threatens to become a crisis of epic proportions, and it's clear that the real battles are only beginning. Now, let's dive into the latest twists from the past 24 hours. Just hours after the announcement, Farage's words were already shaking up headlines across the nation, as he warned Badenoch's leadership would be nothing more than more of the same. Meanwhile, Badenoch has remained tight-lipped, fueling speculation that her vision for the party may be weaker than her supporters hoped. But with rising internal dissent and Farage breathing down her neck, will Badenoch be able to control the damage, or will she find herself out of her depth? Make sure to hit subscribe and stay tuned, because this political saga is just heating up. When the Conservative Party announced Kemi Badenoch's victory over Robert Jenrick in the leadership race, she was heralded as a symbol of a new era. But from the moment Nigel Farage delivered his blistering response, it was clear that this new era was off to a stormy start. "Kemi Badenoch will make no difference as leader of the Conservative Party," Farage stated emphatically, sparking outrage and applause in equal measure across the political spectrum. He wasted no time in accusing the Tories of failing their voters, proclaiming that the brand is broken, a damning indictment that has plunged Badenoch's leadership into controversy from day one. Farage, known for his fiery rhetoric, ramped up his criticism in an explosive video that instantly went viral, gaining millions of views within hours. In it, he lashed out not just at Badenoch, but at the Conservative Party as a whole, claiming that the Tory leadership has become nothing more than a revolving door of empty promises. "They've chosen complacency over conviction," he warned, stating that Badenoch's leadership represented a step backwards, not forwards, for the Tories. His words struck a nerve, triggering fierce debate across social media and sending shockwaves through the Tory base. Farage was quick to call out the deeper implications of Badenoch's win, accusing the Conservative elite of ignoring their own grassroots members and making concessions on critical issues like the European Court of Human Rights, ECHR. Jenrick, Badenoch's defeated opponent, had championed leaving the ECHR, but Farage insisted Badenoch's leadership signalled the abandonment of that cause. "Badenoch's victory means the Conservatives have turned their backs on the principles they once held dear," he proclaimed. The statement stoked anxieties among Conservative hardliners who worry the party is trading conviction for compromise. Even Badenoch's victory speech, intended as a rallying cry for the party, seemed to only stoke Farage's fury. Promising a Renewal 2030 agenda and a reset of British politics, Badenoch urged the party faithful to look forward. Yet for Farage, these promises amounted to mere platitudes. "They're talking about renewal, but what the party needs is a complete transformation," he countered, pointing to a record of broken promises and missed opportunities that, in his view, have left Conservative supporters disillusioned. What's worse, Badenoch's call for unity has already hit its first obstacle. In a move that many interpreted as a vote of no confidence, James Cleverly, a senior Tory figure, announced he would retreat to the backbenches rather than serve under Badenoch's leadership. Farage seized on Cleverly's decision as a clear indication that Badenoch is losing control even before her tenure as leader has truly begun. "This is a party divided against itself," he declared, claiming that the lack of unity would only deepen under her watch. The numbers behind Badenoch's win have further exposed the divisions within the Tory ranks. Voter turnout in this leadership election dropped significantly, from 82.2% in 2022 to just 72.4%. A statistic Farage claims reflects a deepening apathy among Conservative members. "The base is sending a message," he insisted. "They don't believe in this leadership, and they're right to be sceptical." His words have amplified growing doubts among the Tory grassroots, raising questions about whether Badenoch has the support she needs to lead effectively. Amidst the uproar, other prominent figures weighed in on Badenoch's victory, adding new layers of complexity to the controversy. Nana Akua, a prominent Conservative commentator, praised Badenoch for her determination and forthrightness, suggesting that her race, while a historic first, should be irrelevant to her role. She expressed frustration with those who, in her view, were reducing Badenoch's win to a symbolic achievement rather than recognising her political competence. Yet the debate over whether Badenoch's background is an asset or a distraction has exposed deep divides within the Conservative ranks, with some questioning whether her historic status will be enough to unite a fractured party. Notably absent from Badenoch's supporters was Richard Tice, the deputy leader of Reform UK. In a scathing statement, Tice refused to congratulate Badenoch, asserting that she had failed the British public in her previous roles and would do so again as leader. His comments underscore the simmering resentment among far-right factions who view Badenoch's leadership as a step away from true Conservative principles. Tice's criticism has resonated with disillusioned voters who feel the party has drifted too far from its base, sparking renewed fears of a Tory exodus to parties like Reform UK. Adding to the tension, former Prime Minister Boris Johnson issued a cryptic congratulations to Badenoch, lauding her for bringing zip and zap to the party. But his message quickly pivoted to a familiar attack on Labour's tax and spend socialism, leaving many to wonder whether Johnson's endorsement of Badenoch was half-hearted at best. Johnson, once a towering figure in the Conservative Party, has been notably silent on Badenoch's campaign, fueling speculation about his loyalties. His tweet, while ostensibly supportive, seemed to hint at his own disillusionment with the current Conservative leadership. Meanwhile, as Badenoch grapples with the fallout from her election, Keir Starmer and other opposition leaders have congratulated her, framing her victory as a historic moment. Yet their praise only underscores the irony that it was the supposedly regressive Conservatives, not Labour, who elected a black woman to lead. Farage dismissed this symbolism as mere optics, warning that Badenoch's leadership was a distraction from the party's real problems. The Conservatives are putting diversity ahead of conviction, he argued, asserting that unless Badenoch can deliver on her promises, her leadership would only deepen the party's identity crisis. With her leadership now under relentless scrutiny, Badenoch faces the daunting challenge of uniting her party and convincing a sceptical base that she can lead them to victory in the next general election. Farage's critique has struck a nerve among disillusioned Tory supporters, and Badenoch's every move will be watched closely by those waiting to see if she can silence her critics, or if her leadership will be the beginning of the end for the Conservative Party as we know it.